What is going on, Eagles Nation? It's Sacred Eagle, and today, man, it's week 9 already. It's crazy. Tonight's the Bills and the Jets game. But you know what? I don't give a damn about that game. I'm talking about the Eagles and the Broncos. Now, before we get on with my prediction for who wins this game, I'm pretty sure you all can guess who I've got winning. But we got to get to the injury reports. There's actually a pretty lengthy list at injury. Bo Allen, as of the past 2 days, has been battling a foot injury. He's been full participation, though. That's a good thing. So you most likely will see him subbing in and out with the whole rotation we do with Fletcher Cox, Vinny Curry, all of those guys on that D-line will be perfectly fine. Bo Allen will be managing. Kenyon Barner, our punt returner, kick returner guy, along with Corey Clement, back there at special teams and all of that, he's been battling a hamstring injury. Wednesday and Thursday, he's been full participation, so you can expect him to be ready to go for the football game. Now, reminder, we have 2 games, or 2 days, until we get the full game status as far as these other guys who are limited goes. Ron Darby, with that ankle injury that he suffered back in week 1, he's been limited all week, last week, this week, whenever. He's been limited. And the game status is going to remain questionable until we get any further change in that. But, you know, that's fine. Rest him until Dallas or whenever else we're going to need him, because we're going to need him down the stretch when we got Dallas twice, Seattle, the Rams, the Giants, and the Oakland Raiders. So I'm perfectly fine with letting Darby get his rest. Douglas and Patrick Robinson and Jalen Mills have been holding up pretty damn well. Jalen Mills was just NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And Carson Wentz was Offensive Player of the Month, which was, shout out to you. Good job to the entire Eagles team in general, going 5-0 in October. Truly amazing. But moving on, Zach Ertz. This is what irritates me the most. He's gone the entire season without struggling with an injury until now. He has a hamstring injury. He did not practice on Wednesday, it seems, and then was limited today. So that's going to be questionable. As of right now, I would assume he's questionable. He could be a game-time decision, or he could play through it. We'll see. I don't want him to be too hurt. We have the bye week, so he can obviously nurse it if it happens to linger into, Monday afternoon after the outcome of Sunday. So we'll see how it goes. Trey Burton is always the great substitute. Brent Selleck is good, old, reliable. So I think we'll be perfectly fine, but I will hate to see Ertz go down after going 8 straight games without this injury. So let's hope he's good. Brandon Graham, full participation, so we don't have to worry, but he's been battling that shoulder injury. Perfectly fine. Patrick Robinson, he suffered a concussion back against the 49ers, but he's been full participation. He should be ready to go. And Vaitai, Big V, a hip injury. He's been full participation. He's going to be ready to go. We're going to need him this week, especially with Von Miller, because Von Miller, let's get into the actual video of Von Miller. This is what I want to focus on. Von Miller. We all know this guy. He's one of the best. He was Super Bowl 50's MVP for a reason. Now, he can obviously line up where he normally does, but you can obviously switch him around the line, left, right, middle, wherever the hell. He's going to get a good push on the offensive line no matter what. The Broncos have one of the best defenses in the entire NFL, so this is going to be a really big test for the Philadelphia Eagles. Definitely. But I think we're going to pull through. I think we're going to win this game. I got a score around 20-10, 24-10. Nothing too big, nothing too amazing, like how we, blew out the 49ers, blew out the Cardinals. It's nothing like that. Not at all. It's going to be a defensive game at start, like it always is. We always have these slow starts to every single game we have. That's just normal football. Almost every single game minus a blowout, full-on blowout. Like, we're talking Ravens 40, the Dolphins nothing. The Ravens getting blown out by the Jaguars in London a couple of weeks ago. Like that kind of thing where, one offense starts out instantly. This game is going to be like a 3-3, 3-10 halftime kind of game, and then the Eagles will start to pull away going into the second half. I would be perfectly fine with that because that just shows how well our defense is. Brock Osweiler is going to be starting. Trevor Siemian, after 8 games of play, he is 7 games. 7 games of play, he is out. He's benched. He played really well in the first 4 games. He only went 3-1, but they went to their bye week, came back off that bye, played the Giants, and then things started going downhill. They lost 3 straight. Simeon looks like he's trying to do way too much with what he's been given. He doesn't have enough, especially with Emmanuel Sanders out battling injuries. It's not good at all. They started to develop that run game against Kansas City, but that is just because Kansas City does not have that great of a run defense. No one's really exposed their run defense, minus the Pittsburgh Steelers, of course, in their very first loss a couple of weeks ago. But minus that, there's nothing really doing as far as the Broncos go. You know, Broncos haven't been too impressive. They're 3-4. Their record is obviously below 500 for a reason. They have not been able to keep up with other teams, and when they're turning the ball over 4 or 5 times a week, especially against an AFC rival like the Chiefs, you're going to lose. And if you're going up against an Eagles defense that has a knack for making turnovers happen, then you're definitely going to lose. And that's why I have the Eagles winning, especially in the turnover battle, especially when it comes down to shutting down that offense. Brock Osweiler, I don't know. I'm not full on with him. You know, he hasn't played in a while, and he's playing with an offense that, you know, sure, he's been here for a couple, like, he's been here since the start of the season, but he has been, you know, he's been out of the Broncos system for a while. And I don't know, maybe the offense of the Broncos are just not used to him. They don't trust him yet. We'll see how it goes, but I don't expect the Broncos to start out and be 10 times as better as they were with Simeon. I think the Broncos were a lot better with Simeon. It's just injuries and just the lack of execution has hampered them terribly in the last month of football. So we'll see how it goes, but all I need from Wentz is that clean pocket. I hope we see the J train with Jay Ajayi. I hope we see him play. If we can't see him play, that's totally fine. Let him get more used to the system, especially with the bye week after this. For Dallas, we're going to need him. This is just perfect the way this all lined up together. So I just want to see more from Alshon Jeffrey. I want to see Torrey Smith make an impact, and not just, you know, spreading out the field, but actually making catches, making big plays happen, because that's what we brought him here to do. Matt Collins could be utilized a lot more, minus just on special teams, making epic tackles and stuff. That'd be awesome. Keep running that LeGarrette Blount. Just keep giving him that Blount, and then bring in the J train if you need to. Or if not, then just bring in Smallwood and Clement, because, you know, those guys have been managing to do pretty well as well. So in the end, I just want to see all-in-all consistency. I want to see this Eagles team not make a turnover, force some turnovers, and play a very, very not sloppy game. I want to see a very clean football game this Sunday. So tell me in the comments down below what you guys think of my prediction. What do you guys have for this Broncos game? Subscribe if you already haven't, and I'll see you all when I see you in my next video. Peace out, guys.